I had to calm down before making this video because the more I read about this news and the more I realized what the UK has turned into, the more riled up I became. So let's discuss this. But I have maybe very harsh words that some of you might not like, but I'm just here to tell the facts and my opinion about this. The police have arrested and charged a 14-year-old girl after she was forced to brandish a knife to defend herself and her friend against a migrant who attempted to assault her near St. Anne's Lane in Dundee, Scotland. I mean, that headline is F up in more ways than I can count. And in case you haven't heard or watched the video, let's watch the clip so you understand what we are talking about.
No, you don't dare!
Yes, you have a knife.
No, you don't! Hey, I'm fucking 12 feet! You're fucking bad and
Why are you fucking with us?
These are fucking kid bashers!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from her!
Show the knife. Show the
Don't
knife.
touch her!
That's
Touch
it,
me,
that's
do
it.
whatever you
Show the
want to
knife.
do. Don't touch my little sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister! She ain't fucking 12! We're fucking up! Where's her fucking touching me? She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! Where's her fucking touching me?
Yeah, show the knife. Maracha.
Don't touch her down to me! Don't touch her!
So you realize a couple of things. The girl was effectively terrified. It was very easy to see, even in the standard definition of the video. And the accent of the guy filming was not exactly a Scottish guy or a British guy. It was an Abroadian. And by the way, in case you don't know, I've already made a video about how governments use immigration to control you and how Abroadians, illegal Abroadians, and that kind of Abroadians that do this sort of stuff to little girls are a problem that has been planted to control the population. That's actually a thing. I'm going to leave you a link in the description of this video. But the most unsettling stuff is that at which point society has arrived that a girl, almost a child, 14 years old, has to brandish a knife and a hatchet to defend herself from being sexually assaulted. Where are her brothers, her cousins, her father, her male friends? Where are the men of Scotland? Where are the men of the UK? And before we answer that question, there are many things that we can address of how this has been discussed. Of course, this has become a meme, not in the, let's say, the funny way that memes are, but in the epic way. Although our memes, of course, are more disheartening than others, such as this from Pagliacci the Hated. Hey UK, how is it going? Well, little girls are being arrested for carrying around axes to defend themselves from migrant sexual assaulting gangs. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this perfectly describes what is going on. Roman helmet guy, why doesn't this little girl just carry pepper spray? Because the UK government's made pepper spray illegal, in case you didn't know. In fact, it's illegal to carry anything for the purpose of self-defense, except a rape whistle. The British government exists to destroy the British people, and that is a sad reality. And that has been a reality for decades already. And we have reached boiling point. This is I think this is a point of no return. And how the story of the little girl defending her sister from a pervert migrant was reported locally. You just cannot hate the media enough. Girl on bladed weapon charge. A 14-year-old girl has been charged after allegedly being caught with a bladed weapon in Dundee. They say that she doesn't say anything about that she was defending about from anybody. Okay, this is how the media is reporting this locally. There's so many things. Here's how Reddit is responding to this incident. People suggesting the girls are victims are insane. Yeah, you heard that right. There are people defending the attackers. A 12-year-old girl could still kill you in one swing. She brandished weapons and was arrested, clearly not a victim. Well, this is normal. This is Reddit. And Reddit, you're going to see this insane takes in so many tons of clueless takes blaming the guy while there's a deranged dual-wielding hack right in front of him. You know that 12-year-old girl can still kill you in one swing, right? Well, especially if you are Redditor and you can barely get your ass off your seat. Bartleby, haven't seen anyone else mention this, but this girl has obviously already been victimized by these monsters. She bears all the lower class signifiers of the girls that were and are specifically targeted. Carrying weapons alone is a sign that she knows just what they will do to her. And again, my question stands. Where are the men of Scotland? Where are the men of the UK? I'm going to reach to this post and then come back to the previous image to answer that question. Scotland locals are cheering the arrest of Knife Girl and siding with the migrants. Of course, not of all of them, but it's insane that people are, upset. Well, if people are ripping off, if white people in the UK are just destroying St. George's flags out of poles and everywhere, which is insane. Well, I can't believe anything because, yes, there are deranged people. There are sick people in this world and people that hate themselves and their culture and their heritage. I don't know how a country this far gone ever comes back. The people who think this girl was just protecting herself by having these weapons are going to be singing a different tune if immigrants get tooled up to protect themselves. What is this? This is a false equivalence. This is a girl trying to protect herself. I mean, this people saying the guy was probably bothering her, and I honestly don't believe it. I'm not going to repeat any of this because this is the kind of things that got me really, really angry, and I need to organize my thoughts about this. Let me see. We should put the actual girl in the frame. Yeah, this is the symbol. This is Scotland. This is the UK. This is so many countries nowadays. The Netherlands had a gruesome murder a couple days ago in the same circumstances. And these judges keep releasing these subhumans to the streets because this is by design. And again, you might ask, okay, you're asking Jesus, where are the men of Scotland? Where are Scottish men? Where are the UK's men if they can be thrown into jail? And I would ask this. I would ask this girl's father a very simple question. I will ask this girl's father a very simple question. Would you give your life for your family? Would you give your life for your daughter? And I'm 100% sure, the guy is Scottish. He will answer, yes, of course, I would give my life for my family. Then explain to me, like I'm retarded, how did your country went to shit like this? Explain to me how you allowed your country to go down the drain. And this is not recent. This has been decades in the making. This has been happening for at least 10 years, minimum. All these sexual assaulting gangs. You're telling me that this is a new problem and now you can't do anything about it? I can understand that because that's one of the things I explained on that video I mentioned, how governments use illegal immigration to control you. And my solution is always the same. The only winning move is not to play. You cannot win or, let's say, beat the Abrodians because you're going to jail. And who's going to protect your family if you're in jail? You cannot fight the government because you have voted the Tories and voted Labour, and both of them are either malignant or crooks, and they have led the country to where it's right now by design, on purpose. The invasion is on purpose. It's that simple. Thanks, Tony Blair. So what do you do if you're willing to give your life for your family? And I will always tell you the same thing. I'm pretty sure that you're very good. You have a unique set of skills, just like Liam Neeson in Taken. It's time to find out how can you use that unique set of skills to get your family out of the country. And I can imagine so many of you telling me, oh, Jesus, but that is cowardice. You cannot do that. What if everybody just leaves? I am not saying that everybody's going to leave, because I'm pretty sure that not everybody is going to leave. But this message is for a very small section of the population who might have the idea or have the realization that no, you cannot beat the Abrodians at this game. Because the Abrodians are actually sanctioned and protected by your government. The government that you might say that you voted in, or others voted in, or they cheated and got in. Whatever you want to make of it, whatever was the way your government is in power is meaningless. You don't do anything with that. The fact is that government is protecting the Abrodians, and the Abrodians are out to sexually assault and kill your wife, your daughters, your sisters, your mothers, everyone, and kill your sons. It's that simple. It is that simple. It is as simple as that. So my recommendation is that, okay, you say that you want to stay and fight. But explain to me again if I don't know, have a mental disability. If you are willing to give your life for your family, if you are willing to stay and fight, then how come this girl felt the need to bring a knife and a hatchet with her to defend herself? You understand, right? The contradiction. This is her realization that nobody will defend her. Nobody. Not even her father. Who knows? Maybe he's in jail. We don't know anything about this family. But what we do know is that Scottish men, UK men, have failed the country. This is the symbol of that. And you simply cannot avoid that reality. You can complain, you can dislike this video, you can do whatever you want. You can, oh, what does he know? But that reality is a fact. It's happened and it's here. Now the big question that I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do about it? As usual, my comments are open for every single opinion that you might have about this. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love and bliss.